take us through, from your perspective, how all of this started in terms of talks with the Giants, retalks with the Giants, and how it got to this point?
Yeah, it was a bunch of back and forth from my agent end to them, and then later on down, I think this past week and a half, being able to talk to Joe on the phone, talk to Dabes, and that's pretty much how it ended up going, ended up starting, and asked me to come out here. I got on the flight and handle some business.
I would anticipate if you were, you're young to me, believe me.
For sure.
If you were a much younger player, maybe it would be a little more of a process. But do you feel like you can jump right in? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I mean, can you just get right in there, even with the new defense and everything else?
I think, being able to know Shane and some of the things that he did when I was in Tennessee with him, understanding some of the verbiage may have changed, but easy for me to wire my mind onto how to compartmentalize what these defenses may be and some of the calls. So I think that's helpful. And then being able to stay in shape that I have been in, but then getting here, getting ramped up to get ready to go play. I know it's going to be a difference. So just trying to see where I am at. Whereas when I put these pads on, I've been out there in just shorts and cleats running around doing what I've been doing, to stay ready. So putting the pads on with a helmet is going to be a little different, but excited for the opportunity.
I have many more for you. I will cede to the other reporters. Welcome back.
Appreciate it.
Ryan Dunleavy.
Adoree, welcome back.
That's crazy. I'm looking at your name tag right here. This your plot? That's crazy. What's happening?
What's up? Can you tell us, did you think this door was closed at some point? Did you think my next team isn't going to be the Giants at some point this offseason?
No, I didn't think the door was closed. No, I didn't think that.
When I saw you at the Super Bowl, you said it was kind of like a break period for you guys. Like you were looking at other teams, they were going to look at other corners. Were there any hurt feelings on either side you guys had to get by? Like, hey, why didn't you want me in March? Or, hey, why didn't you want us as a team in March? Like any kind of stuff you had to get through to get to this point?
No animosity, no feelings, no ill intentions I think on my end. And then when I came in and seen everybody, it was like being at a family reunion, like, damn, I ain't seen you in a minute. Like, where you been? How you been? What you been up to? So I didn't have any vibes of anything being bad. When I, hit me up or they called me or text me, it wasn't like I didn't want to reach out or I didn't want to pick up the phone. I mean, I've been knowing them for 2 years. We didn't have relationships and talked before. Understand that things is a business, and I don't never want to put business with anything personal. That's just how life goes. And, in tune with who I am as a person and with my faith, so I wasn't really worried about too much and knew when something was right, it would be right and it would happen, and here I am.
You mentioned what you were doing. What were you doing, Adoree? Like, did you have a personal trainer? Were you on your local football field? What were you doing these last 5 months?
I really was back with my old high school track coach who does the lifting and speed work with me that we've been doing, and then doing position work frequently. So for me, I think just, having a set schedule, doing what I know, what my coaches know that I'm used to, working out wise, getting the position work in that I need to get in. I think one of the other cool things is, like Kim was saying, as a vet or someone that's older, knowing what I need and knowing what it takes to be ready and stay in shape, understanding my body, being able to take care of my body and do the right thing. So I think that whole process for me was just that. So no personal training, just back with everybody that I've been with from when I moved out to California. So it was good to always see them, get to work out, flashback on memories, create some new ones. So I was actually enjoying this little off season.
Thank you, Adoree.
Paul Schwartz.
Adoree, how are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Good. Nice to see you back.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
As a veteran, right? I mean, they didn't bring you in as a coach. They brought you in as a player. But you are a veteran in the room now, right?
Right.
In a room that's pretty young. Obviously, the Kinney's not there anymore, so the defensive back, the safeties are young. What can a veteran do to a very young group that can help?
It's very cliche, but pretty much lead by example. I mean, you can go out there and say a lot of different things and this and that. Obviously, they were retained to it from listening, but actually being able to see it and seeing how you work, seeing how you go about your business. So I think just that aspect and letting them be them. I don't want to come here and try to change, what they already know, what they already do. For my coach used to tell me, Deshae Towns, do what got you here, him and Dick LeBeau. So wherever it is that got you here, just keep doing that. And I'm just going to be here along the way to help any way possible. And I think that's, process for me.
And one thing, how do you assess the way you played last year? You were a guy, you played last year and then you were, free agent. And, did you have a lot of interest around the league? But what do you think your film last year showed?
I had some interest around the league. I don't think I played to my best. So I'm always critiquing myself. But yeah, I had interest around the league, but I didn't play to my best.
Why do you think that was the case?
Man, if I could tell you, I would. You know what I mean? If I can tell you why I wasn't, I don't think the play would have been how it was. So I really couldn't tell you what I was.
Thank you.
Already.
Pat Leonard. We'll go to Patty.
Hey, Adoree, how are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Good to see you back.
Yes, ma'am. Likewise. Good to see you.
Thank you. Adoree, I have two quick ones for you. Based on the training that you have done up to this point, how ready would you say you are to jump in there this week, or do you need to, take care of the playbook? I mean, you were in Tennessee, and I know Shane wasn't the DC back then, but I'm sure there were some of the philosophies were the same when you were down there.
Yeah, I think mentally, I think obviously physically, I've been doing what I've needed to do to stay in shape, and I know football shape is going to be a lot different from what I've been doing, but I always kept my mind set, focused on being ready to go week one. That was just how I mentally prepared myself. So mentally, I know if a situation was to come and I had to go out there and play, just who I am as a person. I like to compete. It's just what I do, whether it's when I was in 7-on-7 in high school and Keyshawn Johnson had a team. He just told me throw on some cleats, just went out there and played, you know what I mean? Or whatever it may be. So mentally, always being mentally ready and physically doing what I need to do to stay in shape, but coming out here, getting in football shape, getting ramped up, and we're going to see how that goes from there.
And then my other question for you, I know you're a competitor. I know you don't make excuses, but you were also banged up a lot last year, especially towards the end. How much of that do you think maybe factored into your play and your mindset? Did you ever at some point say, gee, I don't know if I want to go through this again?
Injuries is we learn at, I don't say a young age, but you learn soon that it's a part of the game. And if you're out there, you got to deal with it. And I don't, like you said, I'm not going to use that as a reason of play being the way it was. But I never, in my thought process, saying I didn't want to go through this again. So, yeah, that's why I'm saying maybe the time off was much needed, for me, my body, mentally, a good reset. So I'm just excited, to be back and get ready to work.
Thanks, Adoree.
I appreciate it.
Pat Leonard.
Hey, Adoree, what's going on? Good to see you, man.
What's happening?
What's up? Did you seek any kind of assurance that you would start at corner to re-sign with a team like this?
I wouldn't say seeked any reassurance, but I know I seeked in being wanted back. So when you got that aspect of being wanted, you're able to go out there and just do what you can to help the team, whatever it may be. So whatever role they give me, they say go out there and be the vice for Gunner. As you take a punt return back, I can do that. Go out there and make a tackle on a punt returner. At Gunner, I can do that. So whatever may be needed, play corner, inside, whatever it may be. Any way to help this team and to be able to just help the guys in general.
Did they talk to you about possibly returning punts? or did they talk to you about the roles you just mentioned, like kind of complimenting Gunner, but not actually taking that job?
Man, I'm always in the mindset that I'm a returner. I've always been one at heart, regardless of what may happen. As y'all all have seen, I go back there and it's just second nature. You know, just like you get up, walk out of bed, go wash your face, brush your teeth. I get up, go back there, punt return, catch it, and figure out what's going to happen next.
Are you physically capable of playing 60 snaps on Sunday if you started outside corner and play the whole game? Like, I mean, in football shape right now, are you in the shape to play a full game at outside corner on Sunday?
I can play 60 snaps. You know what I mean? I don't know how 60. I might be gassed. You know, so I wouldn't put a number of snaps how I can play right now. So we're gonna see this week. You know, getting ramped up and working on my conditioning, seeing what I need. You know, obviously, doing stuff on the side for myself. You know, I know my body as well. And, you know, obviously having the performance coaches and the trainers here to be able to, you know, guide me and assess me and what I may need and just go from there.
Last one, if you don't mind. You said you had some interest around the league. Did you visit any other teams, or did you talk seriously with any other teams about this kind of signing, or did nothing get close to as serious as this?
So my agent did most of the talking, but no, I did not do any visits. The only one I came to was out here.
Thanks, man.
We'll take two more. Tom Canavan.
Hey, Adoree, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Good. I just have two simple ones. Did you get your old number back, and did you have to get a new locker, or what?
No, I didn't get my old number back. I actually, it's funny, Drew had asked me, did I want it back? And I'm like, nah, you can keep it. I seen him making some plays in it, so I'm like, you got it. Like, you look good in it, so you got it. And no, I didn't get my old locker back, but I'm like 2 lockers over, so it's not too crazy. I'm still right by the guys with Dex and Bobby Okereke and Thibodeau, so, you know, it's cool. I'm still with some familiar faces.
Thank you.
Last one, Art Stapleton.
What's up, Adoree? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Good. I dropped off in the beginning, so I apologize if I cover anything you've already mentioned. But
you got it.
You didn't get your old number, so what number are you wearing?
We're gonna find out today.
Still a secret, huh?
We're gonna find out today.
Is this a surreal situation for you, because you haven't been in a locker room since the one you left back in January,
right?
Yeah, it's not the same locker room. I mean, there's some similarities, but the DC is different. We know, the head coach and the GM are the same. You have some familiarity, but it's also different. What's it like walking into that locker room today, knowing that it's not the same, but it has similarities?
Love. I think that's my way to describe it. It's always going to be love, actually having those familiar faces. But I think from player to player recognition, you respect, other players, that got to this point in this league. So no matter, they always say however you got here is what you do when you get here. So being able to respect these guys and see them and say what's up, introduce myself, just be respectable because, I'm someone new to them. But to be able to see some of my old teammates, some of the old coaches, like I said earlier, it's kind of like a family reunion. So that's always good to be surrounded by love, and it makes you feel good to come into work.
The last thing would be, you were always a younger player. You always viewed as the younger player when a veteran would come into the locker room late in the year. Now you're the veteran coming into a locker room that a team's kind of been built here, getting ready to go. Do you appreciate the role you're in now, knowing that, you have a lot of eyes on you right now, seeing who this guy's going to be? A lot of people who don't know you for the reputation you've built in this league and in this locker room.
I think it goes back to, when I came in as a rookie, or when I first got here, I always said I wanted to prove myself and earn my stripes. That was the first thing I told about coming into New York, regardless of if you know who I am or don't. I think it's always about proving yourself, regardless of what it may be, each day, each week. Going out there trying to improve and get better, because somebody's looking at you, regardless if you know it or not. Maybe it might be someone on special teams or on offense, whatever it may be, trying to see, how does he keep getting up, or how does he keep doing this, or why does he do this? Why does he do that? So just trying to prove myself every day. So I think taking that role, and that's always how I have been when I moved from Illinois to California, just having to prove myself.